Hello, I'm Zane Olson with TechInCanada.ca.
And I'm Kevin Lutman, also with TechInCanada.ca.
And today we're going to be doing a 2011 CES wrap-up video.
First thing on the list.
The Atrix phone.
Atrix phone, as you can see in the background here.
The Atrix phone is basically a dual-core Motorola phone that comes in a laptop and desktop configuration. You plug it into the laptop and it uses this processing power to run a Linux kind of operating system that can also run Android apps.
So this phone just kind of clinks into the back of a laptop type device?
Yeah. My wonder is someone would steal it. Your phone, that is. Like on a bus or a train or at a park maybe.
Because you don't see the phone, the screen covers.
Yeah, yeah. Because say the tab here is like the screen and it's a little bit bigger than this, but the phone sticks out of the back like this.
Okay.
So, but apparently on Engadget they showed a video of them playing a racing game on the laptop, and the accelerator works while it's plugged in, or the accelerometer. So they're that's kind of cool.
That's interesting.
Next up on the dock here is the Motorola Zoom.
So as you can see behind me, it is a new tablet by Motorola.
It is the Google flagship Android 3.0, or also known as Honeycomb tablet, clocking in at 1 GHz per core, dual core, and a 10.1 inch screen.
That's going to be pretty fast and pretty big also, almost rivaling the iPad there.
One interesting thing to note about this one specifically is the dual core. As some of you guys may know, a Google engineer, I think it was 2 weeks ago or last week maybe, posted on Twitter that the minimum requirements for Honeycomb was a dual core processor, and of course I got the tab. That's a little bit sad. But then another guy came on saying that's not true. So not much of a controversy, but it is a dual core in this. So we're going to see some interesting.
So is this the first dual core tablet?
I believe so.
Yes, I think it is.
I believe it's the first officially launched because there's other ones out there like the Lenovo and the Samsung.
There were other ones at CES, but I think this one's going to launch before those, I believe.
Yeah, so no word on Canadian pricing or availability yet, but we'll keep you guys in the know.
Alright, so next up we have the RIM Playbook, as you can see behind me. It's the new tablet from BlackBerry.
Yeah, it's 7 inches, dual core, 1 GHz processor, and like 1 gig of RAM. The drawbacks, obviously, is the BlackBerry side of it.
And the battery life.
The connectivity on this, they're looking for a 4G deal, but as it stands right now, to get messaging and email, you have to be tethered to your BlackBerry. RIM, unfortunately, being Canadian, is the saddest part, is they're alienating so much of their fan base by making such an exclusive product that it makes it almost unwanted. I mean, yeah, it's a cool laptop. It does a lot of things really well. Unfortunately, it's running an operating system that isn't widely supported yet, and to get features like emailing and messaging, I have to be tethered to a device I don't want. So, bad choice for me.
So at CES we saw a lot of tablets also.
Yeah, last year was definitely the year of 3D. This year they had a little bit less 3D, but most of the things were tablets, like this Asus E Slate.
Well, I almost wouldn't consider this a tablet because its specs. It has a Core i5 CPU and 4 gigs of RAM, and it runs Windows 7
on a 12.1 inch screen with a Wacom digitizer, as you guys can see right here. I do consider this a tablet for one reason. It's just a screen. It's a capacitive multi-touch screen. You could call it a Slate PC or something other than that, but it's still tablet.
Well, I think that's going to be the new term for tablets that aren't exactly like high-powered tablets, a Slate. Because when you think tablet, you think
the
something
tab
small.
Slate or a tablet.
Like a tablet running Android, that's like a tablet. But then when you put like an operating system, like Windows on it, I think that's when it becomes a Slate.
When do you think Apple will release a proper tablet with OS X on it?
Never.
Some of the other tablets that were released were the sliding Samsung tablets. Technically a tablet. They called it a tablet, not really a tablet. Has a keyboard underneath it.
Oh yeah, they slide out.
Yeah. Yeah, the screen holds on like this, like say my hand is the keyboard, and this is
sort
obviously
of like
the
a
screen.
sliding mobile phone.
Yeah, if you don't want the keyboard, you can slide this over top of it and then just hold it. Yeah, like a mobile phone. Some of the other tablets that were released were the sliding Samsung tablets, technically a tablet. They called it a tablet, not really a tablet. Has a keyboard underneath it.
Oh yeah, they slide out.
Yeah. The screen holds on like this, say my hand is the keyboard, and this is
Sort of
obviously
like
the
a
screen.
sliding mobile phone.
Yeah. If you don't want the keyboard, you can slide this over top of it and then just hold it. Yeah, like a mobile phone.
Yep.
Yeah. Some of the interesting things about that one is obviously portability. Not nearly as high powered as the E-Slate, but still an interesting design. Another technically not a tablet is the Lenovo ThinkPad X201, and it also slides into a keyboard, slides up and turns around. So these the kind of form factors being brought from cell phones into larger computing devices, like the Atrix almost. It's just interesting to see.
Sliding and spinning computers.
iPad 2 leak, reported by Engadget. The editor of this story was walking through one of the showcases at CES and happens upon an iPad case that magnetically plugs into a Bluetooth keyboard. So it essentially turns your laptop or turns your iPad into a laptop. Very interesting, I thought. However, Paul Miller had his iPad with him and asks if he can put his iPad into the case to see if this works. And the guy running the booth says, "Sorry, your iPad won't fit. This is built for the next one." This kind of, just casually saying that this is built for the iPad too. Yeah. So just kind of a little bit of an interesting story that happened at CES this year.
Okay, so now we're going to look at some things that were at CES last year also. 3D. Nothing new. But this time we have passive 3D TVs.
Yeah. So the difference between passive and active 3D TVs are in active TVs you have to wear the active shutter glasses that cycle between the right and left eye.
And you have to charge those glasses.
Yeah, while it shows the corresponding image on your TV, creating the 3D image. With passive, you just wear glasses that filter out a certain image from your TV. So a little bit more of a technological push in terms of home theater accessibility, I suppose, because I know a lot of people were a little bit scared by the idea that they have to wear charged glasses just to watch TV, and obviously at this point there's not very much 3D
content out there.
Yeah.
It's not like there are any 3D TV stations yet, and even movies aren't in 3D all that much.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And the only one that really is Avatar, and that
Well, there are a few other ones, but none of them are worth watching.
Yeah, especially not Avatar.
Now with 3D again, since consumers are getting a lot of 3D TVs, they need content to show on these TVs. So that's why companies are introducing 3D cameras, so you can record your own 3D content because there isn't enough out there. So first we have this JVC. It was at CES. It is basically a camcorder that can shoot in 3D because it has two lenses.
In 1080p 3D.
Yep.
There's also a Canon one that screws onto the accessory thread of their cameras, as well as I believe there's a JVC threaded adapter. The drawback you're going to get with that is you're going to get a little bit of vignetting, obviously, with any adapter that you put on.
Vignetting.
And it's also just another part that when you take off you have to clean it. So a self-contained camcorder is going to be a lot easier to maintain.
So these have internal storage, I heard.
Yep, these do have an internal storage, hard drives, because mini DV is dead.
So
if you have the TV, even if you have the...
Yeah, why not just buy the camera too?
Yeah.
Because there isn't anything else to watch.
So up next is the Samsung Surface. Along with the LTD Surface, these were two table computing solutions that were released at CES. As you can see behind me, they're pretty slick. This is the Samsung one, which has a extremely sensitive, capacitive multi-touch surface. So sensitive, in fact, that you can write on a piece of paper, put it down on the surface, and it will determine what you have written. So I'm not exactly sure what that technology is called or how it achieves that, but it's extremely interesting.
So something that didn't happen at CES, but Nintendo is holding a 3-day press conference right now, is the 3DS. Now, the 3DS is already announced to be released in Japan on February 26th for approximately $300 US. One of the really interesting things about what Nintendo did this time is that they added the analog stick. That's a big plus. But also recently announced is that it has 2 gigs of internal memory, and it also has an expansion slot for SD cards, so you can load more memory onto there. And they also announced a new virtual console, where you will be able to download Game Boy games, Game Boy Color games, and Game Boy Advance games into the internal memory and play them. One of the drawbacks, though, that we see right now is that it only has a 3 to 5 hour battery life, which is significantly lower than any other previous Nintendo handheld, considering that the DS Lite can last between 15 and 18 hours.
It's too bad.
It's very bad. Very, very, very bad. So I hope to see Nintendo fix this in the future or before its launch. But we're probably going to see more hardware revisions of this. So personally, I don't think I would get one as soon as it comes out. Just that battery life is a big killer. It's a portable device that you can't really use portably.
So that's it for the CES news that we thought was interesting. Now for a little bonus story.
The Mac App Store recently came out this week, and with that it brings a lot of apps similar to those of the iPhone and iPad to the PC market.
Now imagine the iPhone App Store with windowed apps and prices that are 3 times what they are on the iPhone. You basically have the Apple App Store. Right now, I got a Sketchbook Express from the store. I also have it on my phone, and on my phone it was like $4 or something. It's like $15 to get the Pro version on upstairs, like on my Mac. Now I got the Express version, which is free, and it's pretty good. I mean, yeah, I don't have a Wacom tablet or anything to use with it, but just testing things out is pretty cool. But I don't want to spend $14.99 on an app I already have on my iPhone, so. And there's not very many things yet.
I'm just waiting for Cydia to come out on that.
Install this on the Mac. Thank you for watching Tech in Canada's CES wrap-up video.
I hope you enjoyed it.
I'm Zane Olson, signing off for Tech in Canada.
And Kevin Litton. We'll see you next time.